A bipartisan group of lawmakers here in California all say it is the year of affordability.
A big part of that is affordable housing. But housing advocates say renters must also be considered. ABC 10 State Matters political reporter Jenny Huh joins us live now from the Capitol to explain.
And Jenny, there was a rally today to advocate for a cap on rent across the state, right?
Chris, Laura, good evening. Last year, hundreds gathered here at this exact same spot in support of the same bill. So today's gathering was much smaller, but it's ahead of a vote tomorrow in the Assembly Judiciary Committee. And if the bill advances, it'll go to the Appropriations Committee and then eventually on to the Assembly floor.
Housing is a human right.
My rent is half of my income.
But the rent was constantly going up. She was eating dog food and cat food to survive.
Determined chants and personal stories echoed through the west steps of the state capitol Monday as advocates voiced strong support for AB 1157, Affordable Rent Act, also known as the Rent Cap Bill. An effort started last year by Democratic Assembly member Ash Kalra. The bill narrowly advanced 7-5 out of the Assembly Housing Committee in April and will be voted on in the Judiciary Committee Tuesday.
We're facing an affordable housing crisis that didn't occur overnight.
Kalra calls his bill the solution to the affordability crisis.
The state must show its commitment to addressing housing affordability, not just in words, but in action.
The bill proposes a permanent rent cap statewide, reducing it from the current 10% to 5% or 2% plus the current inflation rate, whichever is lower. It'll also expand protections to single-family homes, which were exempt under its preceding anti-rent gouging bill, the Tenant Protection Act of 2019, which is set to sunset in 2030.
If we cannot get rents and housing affordability under control, any progress we make of getting people off the streets is just going to be negated.
Kalra argues the TPA fell short of protecting every tenant, but debates over that piece of legislation were just as fierce, and part of the compromise was the sunset date as well as exemptions.
Rent control discourages new construction. It doesn't help anybody except the person in place at that moment temporarily.
So it's not sustainable of a solution.
There you go.
To which Assemblymember Kalra responded,
That was 7 years ago. And what has happened in the last 7 years? We had a pandemic, and we've seen the housing market get tougher and tougher and tougher. The reality is it's harder now than it's ever been for tenants in California.
Now, keep in mind, this is a legislature and a governor that have repeatedly stated affordability is top of mind and that this year will be all about addressing that high cost of actually building those homes. We reached out to Assembly Speaker Robert Rufus's office for comment, and they declined, citing pending legislation, but they did point to other landmark reforms they passed when it comes to quicker housing construction as well as housing affordability. So all of that will be something to keep in mind as this bill moves forward. Live at the state capitol, Jenny Huh, ABC 10.